Okay, so I've gone over my bagels about 3 times. So this is kind of the 4th time before I put them on the pan. I just want to kind of show you how much of a hole that I'm getting. So you got to be careful you start getting any tearing. You can kind of pinch it back together. But I'm looking for something about that big. So it's going to look really stretched and weird looking, but as they proof, they're going to grow and that hole is going to come together. And then when you boil it, also it's going to puff up and that hole is going to get smaller. So I like to start with something about that size so that I have something about that size when I go to eat my sandwich. Really important to have them nice and like spaced out evenly on your pan. Little bagel kind of knowledge here. 2 most popular bagels are the Montreal bagel and the New York style bagel. Both are boiled. It's a very important step of a bagel, so they don't skip that. Montreal bagel, if you've ever noticed, they're actually quite thin and they've got a huge hole in the center. It's kind of a signature thing. They also put honey in the water when they boil, so the bagel actually has quite a sweet flavor to it, and traditionally they are baked in kind of like a wood fire pizza oven, so it gives you a bit of a different taste, a little different crust. New York style bagels are generally thicker and chewier. They don't have quite as big of a hole. They are boiled. I'm not sure exactly what the oven style that they bake them in, but they do still have a nice crust on them. I prefer a bit of a New York style. I like the mix actually, so I call mine call this a Winnipeg style bagel. I like to have a little bit of a denser bagel. I like it to be thicker. I like the hole to be a little bit smaller so it's easier to make sandwiches and different things on. I don't use honey in my water, but I actually use malt in my water. So malt is something that is not really super sweet. It's actually kind of bitter, but it has a lot of sugary components and properties to it. So I find what happens is when the bagel absorbs that water, and when you kind of cook sugar, the natural reaction of it is to crisp up and to caramelize. So I find I still get a really nice brown crispy crust, but yet the bagel's flavor isn't super sweet or anything like that. So those are my tricks. This is my pan. I'm gonna cover these and we'll get back to you in a few hours.